Hi, thanks for watching. My name is Ryan Morrell with PlacePlay, and today we're going to talk about how to market your app with little or no marketing budget. So the first thing to be clear about is, regardless of whether or not you have a marketing budget, you still need to undertake marketing activities. So whether or not you're a marketer and you're just a developer, there's still some really simple things that you can do to increase the awareness and drive downloads of your app. So that's what we're going to cover today. The first thing that we're going to talk about is nail the basics. So the basics are things like your app name, your app description, your screenshots, your icon. All of those things need to be well thought out and presented in a visually appealing way. So if you want suggestions on how to write your app description and use screenshots effectively, highly suggest you look at our recent blog post, our recent video series with Nathan Manning, where we talk about how app developers can do these things really effectively. So again, nailing the basics is a really important piece of marketing your app, and it's something that every app developer has control. Second thing we can do is build our own network. So most app developers don't have the cash resources to go out and buy their way to the top of the charts using CPI campaigns, but you can still integrate tools like Chartboost or PlacePlay's SDK to do free cross-promotion with other app developers. So integrate something like that, go out and talk to other app developers you may know, and find people who are willing to trade traffic with you. So this is a really simple, free way to get downloads for your app. And then you can pay them back later to the community. Third thing we can do, and again, probably tired of hearing about this, is social media. If you haven't watched our series of conversations with Nathan Manning on how to use social media to drive demand for your app, I highly suggest you go do that. But every app developer needs to be thinking about how they can push their in-app users to their social media accounts. This can be with content rewards, it can be with strategic placement within the app, a variety of other things, but you really want to find a way to engage your consumers outside of your actual application. Once you've done that and built a community, even if it's a small one, you can use that community to drive downloads of your app by having them share it with friends, creating challenges, etc. So this sounds like a really big undertaking, but in reality, it's really not if you think about it up front. So again, think about up front how you're going to get people to engage with you via social media outside of your app. Fourth thing we can do is PR. And I know probably a lot of people hear PR and think, oh boy, I need to hire an agency. That's really expensive. I don't know anything about it. That's not really true. The challenge with PR is it does take time and it does take effort. So you should start your PR campaigns well in advance of your actual application launch. So reach out to influential journalists, bloggers, tell them about what you're doing, ask them to give you feedback. Talk to your friends who might write blogs about writing about your app and reviewing early builds of it. You could also consider reaching out to lesser known app blogs, both in the US and internationally. It's clear that the really big sites like Touch Arcade, Pocket Gamer get hundreds if not thousands of requests for app reviews all the time, and they just can't get to them all. So again, highly recommend using PR, even if it's reaching out to smaller websites. Any links you can get or reviews or awareness you can get for your app is going to be a big help for you. The fifth thing we can do, and this really only applies to people who are charging for their app, is drop the price. Okay, so this works best if you can pay for a service like Free App a Day or App Gratis or a variety of others. If you can't, that's okay too. It's still a valuable exercise to drop the price of your app from 99 cents or $1.99 to free to drive downloads for 3 to 7 days and get some awareness in the community. So the big benefit here is if you have a lot of people playing your app or using your app, they'll tell their friends. And if you've done all these other things, like nail the basics and make sure your description and screenshots and icon are right, you found a way to utilize social media to engage people outside of your app, you can use that huge user base of people to market your app after the price has gone up. If you have a free app, don't necessarily recommend this, but have heard it work. Have seen people increase the price of their app to 99 cents if they're not getting a lot of downloads for free anyway, and then drop it 2 weeks later. At minimum, you'll show up on price drop websites and can drive a substantial amount of traffic. Okay, so those are the 5 things that we can do to market our app with little or no money. So let's review them really quickly. So first is nail the basics. Again, you really want to have a visually appealing icon and screenshots. You really want to think about your name and your description, especially as how those can be utilized within search results. Build your own network. So again, this is using services like Chartboost or our own to trade installs with other app developers. These services can be free, and then you can also pay for more. The third thing is leverage social media. So again, this needs to happen really early on in the development of your app. So find ways for your app to push people to your social media channels and then engage them there. Fourth is leverage PR. So again, this doesn't necessarily mean getting app reviews from TouchArcade, although that's fantastic. It means working along a list of PR companies to get some mention of your app. And the fifth thing is drop your price. This can be very effective, and again, if it's free, you could always raise it for a couple weeks and then drop it to see how that affects your downloads. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any additional suggestions on how app developers can market their app with little or no upfront capital costs, please leave them in the comments. Potentially we'll do another video on those. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our